You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geek.io.
Hello, gentle listener. While Geek.io holds its talent to the highest standards, what follows will likely involve the sort of language usually reserved for sailors on leave. If you're of a delicate disposition, then perhaps you would consider a different podcast.
To Exploding Dice, your Geek.io live play role-playing podcast. I am CJ, 110 damage boat. Joining me, and I'm also your dungeon master or something. Joining me as always is 110 brain damage Jackie.
Hi, I'm dead.
Very, very, very dead.
One might wonder why he's even here.
And that voice you hear is, I'm trying to punch him back to life, but there's green matter all over the place. Josh.
So much green matter.
Ethereal screaming Carrie.
Hi. I have waffles.
And
I needed them after last session.
And she was a badass until her friend got murdered behind her, Monica.
In front of her.
Yeah, sure, she did turn around.
Yeah, I watched it happen.
Just in time to watch him get his brain sucked out through a straw.
Yeah,
Straws.
super good. Hello, by the way.
So, last time...
Does Ezra's have good therapy counselors? I mean,
see, she's seen some shit, but I don't think she's ever seen her friend get their brain sucked out of their ears. So...
brains, out of brains.
So that happened last time. They fought a bunch of psychic bastards. And the fight was going relatively well. Until
I survived 3 rounds.
Yeah. Jackie tanked 2 mind flayers.
And on the 4th round, he got a headache.
Yeah.
Massive.
To be fair, at least the headache didn't last long.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
Yeah, just so nice, and now he's just peaceful. He's just so serene. He doesn't care about anything else right now.
Well, I mean, it's Taco Tuesday over at the Ghost Party, so, there's that.
Well, damn it. I don't have Showbot open. Hold on. Oh, boy.
Does someone have music going?
There's stuff in my background. I should make that a little better. Yeah, but the fight was fine. It was fine.
Everything's fine.
And yeah, I mean it was rough, but
This is fine.
It was rough, but it wasn't anything too me. Everybody did their jobs. Like everybody did exactly what they were supposed to do.
I tanked, I battlefield controlled, and I healed.
Yeah, exactly. Katrine tanked.
I died for it.
Katrine tanked. Jack tanked.
I did a slice and dice. It's fine.
Yeah. Elle zapped from afar. Trevor tried to, but kept getting in melee because these assholes kept following him.
Katrine the slap chop.
And then it just... everything went sideways very quickly. Also, turns out, so I mentioned this last time, but turns out that Jack can speak Gith. We'll get to that in a few moments. All right, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, for our podcast listeners, before we part the veils of reality, you are going to get some ads. Support our sponsors. We love them, and we love you. And we'll be right back as we part the veil of reality. And we're back. Okay, yeah. So Jack is furiously punching Zev.
He's not. Do I have to hit him harder? Is that it? I mean, can get the fuck up.
I'll go over and, well, I guess I'm not tall enough to put a hand on your shoulder. I'll maybe wave my hand in front of your face. I don't think his brain's there.
Elle is just like running over. I don't know if anyone is going to stop her from getting close to this.
Everybody's kind of in shock, I think, at this point. So I think, like, actually, Trevor will kind of put a hand up trying to stop her and look at her, goes, it might not be the best for you to see this. And
He's my best friend.
I know.
He was my first friend. He needs us.
I know. But I don't think he would want to have you see him this way. Jack.
Punching.
Stop. Grab him.
Trevor, why isn't it working?
Those things that he was facing, they, you know, to borrow a page from Katrine's book, and be very blunt, because I respect you enough to do that, they removed his brain.
But he can't just, I mean, he was...
He cautiously, very cautiously puts a hand on your shoulder.
She, like...
He is afraid of tasering. He's afraid of being tasered by her because he's not very well off right now. He has like 15 hit points. So
Yeah.
doesn't want the grief
is all it takes.
Yeah, doesn't want a grief-stricken L to just zorch the shit out of him. So he's being very, very cautious right now.
Yeah, and she's kind of on the verge of it. Like, you can kind of see the gauntlet, the apparatus of the gauntlet of her apparatus kind of cracking a little bit, and she's we can fix this. We can bring him back, Jack.
I already tried the punching thing. It's not working.
I know. Do you trust me?
He just kind of looks back over his shoulder at you.
I need you to hide.
Oh, right. Give Zev to Katrine, Jack, and Katrine, please walk in front of us.
What?
I have a plan, but if he sees Jack, he'll attack us.
Ah. Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever. Thankfully he's not that heavy. Sorry.
Also, Katrine's stronger than you, so by and far.
Yes, but there's a difference between leverage and mass.
True.
It's a lot easier for a 7 foot and some change man to hold a goblin than it is for a human-sized woman, regardless of the fact that she's stronger than him.
Also, 4 arms means better load distribution.
Exactly. It's like a suspension bridge.
With pinchies. Just a very dangerous suspension bridge.
And since he needs to get out of here on the quick side, Jack is going to kind of drop into a low crouch. And those light patterns are going to spiral down his legs. And he's going to shoot a good 100 feet into the air.
Okay.
Elle just kind of stares upward for a second and then right, and starts fishing through her pockets for the gem. And do I have any instructions on how to use this thing, or did you just like, here's a thing?
Here's a thing. Hey, he's related to you. Here's the thing. You'll know to do this.
Okay. This may end badly.
Okay. Sorry, that was me testing things.
If I could turn back time.
So Elle is going to drop to her knees on the ground and pull out some of her tools. And she's going to start fiddling with the gem that's on the gauntlet of her Mizium apparatus until it pops off. She puts it in her pocket, and Jimmy's in the time gem.
Jeez, all right. This was not how I was expecting you to use this.
The Mizium apparatus can also just be used as a standard spellcasting focus. That is her intent with this.
So, as you attach it to yourself, there's some really cool, kind of like Jack level light show go across your apparatus. Ow.
That's the sound it makes when it
Yes.
sockets into place.
And it's these really cool thousands of colors spring to life on her apparatus. And what? What's L?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Something happened. They got Z and Jack tried to punch him, but it didn't work, and she kind of just instinctively, not even knowing whether it'll actually work, kind of holds the gem up as if it were a camera lens and points it at where Katrine is holding Z.
Put the gem on him. I might be able to do something. How long was it that he died?
Just a couple minutes, just now.
Okay, you need to do this quickly then.
She runs over, pops it back out, and sticks the gem on Z's chest.
So yeah, now that you have an eye, and now that you have a vision of this, it is a hellscape. Like, they were not pleasant with him whatsoever.
Yeah, she turns green and is actively trying not to vomit everywhere.
And I'm not going to get into the details because it is mind flayers are not
Calculate it out.
yeah. You use your imaginations on this one because mind flayers are not gentle with their prey.
Dubiousfood.png.
Yes. So you drop it on him, and as it hits him, the image of your brother springs to life over him. He, ooh. All right. So I can rewind his lifespan once. If this happens to him again, though, there's no turning back for him. Just so you guys know.
Once is more than most people get.
And he takes a deep breath in, and the image shatters, and the gem shatters. And those thousands of colors that was just on, and Jack, you can see this even in the air. The thousands of colors that were on L's apparatus spring to life, dancing off of these buildings and launching into the air as well. And they begin spiraling in a counterclockwise fashion. Each of them, each light particle is a different color. And even though you wouldn't think that your eyes could be able to see these, for whatever reason, each color is distinctly unique. And they begin spiraling faster and faster and faster. And as these get faster, the light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And eventually you hear and this like gear spinning up and then gets faster. And it almost gets to a point where you can neither see nor hear in the immediate vicinity of this. Zev, everybody's standing over you from where you were just between two mind flayers.
Why am I on the floor?
Elle bursts into tears and is now hugging you while you're still on the floor.
He is,
Ow, ow,
yeah,
ribs.
it doesn't hurt because you technically are back at the same amount of hit points, which is full, I believe, before they pick you.
And Elle's not heavy.
And
It's an existential pain.
yeah. You have a real
His
bad headache
soul
for no
ribs
good
hurt.
reason.
I mean, his knees are just killing him.
Yeah.
Either that or they're fucking fantastic.
And you have a killer migraine right now, though.
Why does my head hurt?
He is covered in that. He is covered in this multicolored dust, though.
Also, why did like some kind of rainbow just like burst out?
He looks like he just dove through a rainbow and then landed in the Rakdos night party.
Ozzy's first
It'll look
pride.
Month.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yeah, Elle is just like uncomprehensibly sobbing into your shoulder right now.
So does anyone want to tell me what happened and why I have a splitting headache?
Katrine did not realize she was holding her breath until just now.
Trevor is furiously writing things down.
And Z starts patting Elle's head. There.
Yeah, you
there,
like.
there.
It is weird that you were standing up, facing like heroically fighting down two of these, and then for whatever reason you're on the ground.
Yeah.
We won, right, guys? We
Yeah.
won. Okay.
Yeah, you died, and then the punchy thing didn't work, and your brain is everywhere, and
it's still everywhere, by the way.
yeah, and she
The crime
like
scene didn't get
freezes
erased.
and then pushes herself off of you and runs to the nearest bush.
Hey, more rainbows.
Yeah, I'm not going to describe what's happening there because you all know what's happening.
So Z kind of like still sitting on the floor, sitting on the ground, just looks around, and is like, what?
Katrine will offer to help him up.
Wait, what was that bit about being dead?
You're
You're
very
fine now.
dead.
He got
Not better.
You were very, very dead.
Like mutilated dead or disintegrated dead?
He points at the blood splatter on the ground.
Oh,
That was
mutilated
you.
dead.
That was you. That was you. That was you. There was some of you on that roof, I'm fairly sure.
Oh, so yeah, that.
Sorry, I've been around Jack for too long. That was bad. I apologize. And suddenly, just then, superhero landing Jack happens.
Heard you were talking shit like I wouldn't find out.
You're a jackass, and you've rubbed off on me.
Two very different things there.
He says that on purpose. Like, see, I was a good person before you.
Were you?
I was mostly a good person before you.
That sounds better.
Yeah, you're still
I
alright.
don't think you would have gotten stuck with Jack if you were a good person before.
You might not have lived long enough.
Yeah, what's the Trevor owned count? We haven't
Jesus.
pulled that up in a while.
He's got to be 15 by now.
We'll set it at 15. We'll set it at 16 for no particular reason.
So we won, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In a way.
Elle, you are right over there. You're making some funny noises.
Better soon.
Right.
She didn't handle it well.
Well, Z's gonna start dusting off the rainbow glitter. Yeah.
What kind of party did you guys just have?
Honestly, I don't know. And it's also getting stuck in places I really wish it didn't. Ah!
Yeah, sadly, you are covered in multicolored, pride-filled
Glitter.
Glitter. I don't know why the hell the word glitter escaped my mind just now.
That's gonna leave a rash later.
Eventually, Al emerges from the bushes, and she's got that beautiful, like, super splotchy red when someone's been ugly crying.
Also, why does half my face hurt?
No reason.
Oh,
Probably the way you landed when you fell. Might have been the tentacles from the really freaky things.
Okay.
May have also been the punching.
may have also been the punching.
That makes more sense.
Small chance it was the punching.
Very small.
Yeah.
So, time
Well,
magic. What?
Well, no, I'm just saying my knee feels better for some reason.
Time magic is pretty great, I guess.
What?
Time magic. That jewel thing that Phelan gave us.
Wait, are you telling me you use untested, unverified magical components?
So help me every god in existence, Zev. If you assign her any kind of bullshit, I will put you back where you came from. So help me.
I mean, using
Of his mom's.
Yes.
Gross.
I mean, to be fair, I do run my own lab. I am fully qualified as a research professor. Like, this is my jurisdiction.
Just out of curiosity, is there any kind of consequences that we don't know about fiddling with time magic?
You're not dead?
That's fair.
It can't
Now,
happen.
theoretically speaking, there's now another timeline where you remained dead and the course of actions going forward would be different, but that's not the timeline we're currently on, so not really our problem unless the bleed gets really pissed off and starts blending the two. So let's try and avoid that.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, it wouldn't be a concern, but the way things are now... My dad. We gotta go to my dad, you guys.
Right, shit the dad thing.
Oh yeah, that. Let's take care of that now.
Your knees feel good, right? Book it.
Yeah, my knees feel great. I don't know what happened.
Zev is the oldest young goblin in creation.
Dude, I had arthritic knees at 18 years old. It can happen.
He made the mistake of joining the army, though. I have arthritis. I have a good idea. Let's join the army.
Let's do something where you have to stand for untold hours wearing heavy armor.
So you guys are just hoofing it out of there?
Yes.
With the
I mean,
quickness.
there's got to be a fast way to get there, right? Like the trains or whatever.
Yeah, you can get you're gonna hoof it back to the train station. I was just making sure you guys weren't spending any more time where you guys are currently at.
Nope.
Are we
Super don't
really
wanna
trusting
be
the
here
trains at this point?
I mean, unless you want to walk the whole way there.
I'm honestly trying to remember if Trevor was involved in any of these conversations. I don't think he was. No, he was, because Katrine and Jack stayed outside.
Yeah, Katrine was not involved in these conversations, but she's not about to argue with somebody who says her dad's in trouble.
Trevor points at Elle and goes, "Her brother was the reason why the trains were jackasses."
So that should...
Well, we'll deal with that another time. Let's go.
Agreed.
And star wipe, because there's no better wipe than a star wipe.
The more you know.
You guys make it to the train station with no issue. And everything that was weird before and out of place seems to be back where it was, as you guys are kind of sprinting by. Those who have particularly high passive perception are able to tell, like, things that were strange before are no longer strange. Everything seems to be back the way that it is. All of your knowledge of the place and the shortcuts and things like that are finally snapping back into place like they should.
Good sign, but we still gotta hurry.
And yeah, make it back to there, no problem. Get on the train, and you arrive. It's a couple of hours. Well, not a couple of hours. It's about 30-minute train ride, which is still faster than you guys doing it manually, of course, but not exactly super fast. That's not where you guys are at. I just have to scroll over more. Boop. All right. Put you back on the world map. Press triangle, map. And yeah, you guys are able to get back to Isitland in about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes.
If somebody doesn't want Elle
ever.
If somebody doesn't want Elle pacing the train car, they're going to need to actually stop her and sit her down. Because otherwise she's just going to be up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, Katrine will stop that.
Yeah, Trevor doesn't care. He's reading his books.
She could pace for about 5 minutes before Katrine is going to lose her mind. So she will not forcefully make her sit. She will just suggest very strongly that Elle sit down.
With her words or by picking her up?
At first with her words, and if the words do not help, she will gently sit her down.
Yeah, the first time you address her, it seems like Elle doesn't even, hear you. She's not ignoring you on purpose, but she's definitely got that 1,000-yard stare. Her mind is somewhere else right now.
Okay, so she will physically coax Elle into a seat. And she'll try and get Elle's attention.
What?
We will do what we can to help your dad, but you need to take a breath.
You need to just not.
You need to chill. No, you need to take a breath and just sit here for a minute. It will take us a little while to get there, but we will do everything in our power once we do.
I have to do something.
We will when we get there, but for now, you need to sit.
Trevor is going to pull out a gun from his holster, dump out the ammo of it, and fire a couple shots of Eldritch Blast into it, breaking the gun. He goes, "Oh no, my gun broke! If only there were a tinker near me that could help fix this."
She just gives you this flat stare.
And
she knows exactly what you're doing.
And also make it better for short people to fire. And just kind of drops it on her lap.
He just kind of shrugs. There you go.
You know I'm not that stupid, right?
It gives you something. Or read your book.
She will pop the original gem back into her apparatus and make sure it's socketed in properly before fixing the damage so he has a working gun the next time they get into battle.
Oh, he has a working gun. It's not his gun. It's just a gun.
Oh. He really wants her to read that book, doesn't he?
I mean, Trevor will go over to Jack though and tap him on the shoulder as he's sitting down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to my dad. I'll meet up with you guys.
Well, you know how to find me.
That I do. And Trevor just kind of looks at you guys and goes, "I'll catch up," and then immediately just teleports away in a black and white kind of mist surrounds him, spirals around him, and then when it disappears, it's like,
That wasn't conspicuous at all.
While they're
That'll be
waiting
right.
on the train, Katrina's just gonna go over the whole fight again in her head, and overanalyze every single decision every person made.
in your head, though, in your logic brain, you realize that there was nothing more that could be done. Each of you did your jobs to the fullest of your extent. Like, nobody slacked off, nobody did anything. It does kind of cross your mind that it might have been a little bit easier if Rickus or Zatash were there to kind of do a backup to help poor Z out while he was getting smacked by two things. But other than that, you really nothing can, other than you just fretting, but your logic brain is saying, hey, you all did the best that you possibly could.
Yeah, just the anxiety brain kicking in.
Yeah, the anxiety brain says, oh my god, we could have killed these guys before they even showed up, because we could have went back in time and killed their moms.
At the very least, it would be good for Z to know what actually happened, aside from L's incomprehensible, there were brains and now you're back.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess while Katrina's going over it, after she's done, like, with her analysis of the events, she will explain to Z in very clinical terms, as if she was investigating his death, basically, how he died. And then came back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and L does actually need to catch Jack and Katrine up with what happened.
Yeah, because they don't know.
So,
We don't know shit.
So, you guys? And she's for all she gave Trevor shit about knowing exactly what he was up to, she is actually tinkering with the gun. And she knows full well that she's doing it after she gave him shit for it.
No, I know you're playing me, but you're right.
But she had to acknowledge the fact that she knew he was playing her.
Victories.
So, I have a little / big brother from a different timeline.
Also from the future.
From the future of a different timeline. So, his name is Phelan, and I never really got out of him whether he's my half-brother or my full brother, but he's from a future, timeline, whatever, where I didn't actually get adopted and stayed with my bio mom my whole life.
That's still a weird one.
Sounds like a pretty shitty timeline.
Yeah, well, apparently I got out as soon as I could, but he and I stayed close, even though I was like 18 years older than him, which means if he was born in this timeline, I've got a brother somewhere who's like a little kid. But anyway, so their world fell apart. There was a big fire and explosion, and he doesn't really remember exactly what happened because everything went all crazy and unravelly, and he got sent to our timeline. Where...
So that he can mess this one up too?
Well, knowing what I do about the bleed, I don't really think it was his choice. I mean, it seems like he just kind of got launched here.
Okay.
But before he could find us to prevent it from happening here, Dr. Yell got him.
Of course he did.
Lovely.
And mind controlled him.
As apparently this guy is wont to do.
And the orders he was given was to bring back Jack alive and to kill the rest of us.
And he didn't because
Because he was fighting the mind control, but he can only fight it off for so long, which is why he ran away that one time while you guys were asleep. And because it's seeing Jack that triggers the mind control, as long as he didn't see Jack when I called him for help, we wouldn't have to worry about him attacking us.
Okay. I don't trust him.
It's a little suspicious.
Yeah, a lot of things are.
There was a zone of truth in the room. I saw the glyphs myself. And while we were in the zone of truth, I asked him outright if he actually wanted to fight us, and he said no. That he wants to help us, he's just stuck. So we thought of a plan. There's a chance that when he sees Jack and the mind control takes in to try and capture him, that if the rest of us surrender, the mind control might let him catch us alive too, and then he'd take us all straight to the doctor, and we don't have to go looking for him.
You know that's still incredibly risky, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we don't have a whole lot of time. Ravinca is falling apart at the seams. The space-time kind of seams.
Well, let's put
Checking-
it this way.
Checking on my...
I can die again.
Checking on my dad is only one reason I want to go to the headquarters right now. It's a more important reason to me personally, but my lab studies the bleed. I have to get them to stop those experiments. At least temporarily while we figure this out. My job is to study this stuff, not rip it open. And I don't want something that I have my hands on to make everything worse.
Man, I miss the days of just investigating a simple murder. Just... This is big. This is a lot of very large concepts.
You get used to it.
Yeah, it's just slight increment of scale increase, yeah.
I mean, the good news is my lab and my dad's lab, those will be pretty easy to shut down. We just... If there's anyone else studying it, we have to get them to shut it down as well.
No, I mean, at least that part's easy.
Yeah.
Sorry, your lab's closed. Official Gatewatch business.
Hopefully it's that easy.
I mean, if they have problems with it, I've got 4 arms.
And my dad gets along real well with Ralzeric. If they don't listen to us, they might listen to him.
I'll leave that negotiation to you.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Anything else you guys want to do? Say, work on while you're short rest.
Unless there's a way I can get the train to go faster.
No.
Stand behind it and do a mighty leap forward.
Train's gonna train, sadly.
Suplex the train.
I mean...
If you'll excuse me. Just gonna walk towards the back of the train and...
Everybody take...
Alright, now what was the button input again?
Everybody take about 58 points of damage before the train hits the ground.
It's up and down.
So yeah, you guys kind of grind to a halt finally and get told that you're at the correct station. I'm guessing 0 fucks are given as you bolt out of there.
Correct.
Somewhat suspiciously looking around, but yes.
Elle fucking just vaults over one of the turnstiles.
Make sure it is, in fact, the correct station.
It is.
She hears you, Z, and just holds up her Gatewatch rig hand and keeps going.
Hey, she's learning.
I'm surprised you didn't have him put that on his middle finger, Josh.
So about where Jack's ring is located.
When you get to
It's
pull into...
definitely always been the middle finger this entire time.
Coming at nobody's surprise.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you guys are able to get back to L. It's going to take you a few minutes to sprint there, even with Jex. You bust open the door, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Unless you want subtlety.
Is it?
Hey, you know.
Z's just gonna gently close the doors.
It falls off its hinges. If it exists anymore, because you may have just literally just chaos bolted it out of the way.
It's like, yeah, I can fix that.
Your dad's not there.
So I'm guessing that I looked in the first place that he would be at this time of day.
Yeah. Which, this time of day, this is pretty later in the day, because you guys have been scampering all over Ravinca all day. Well, District 10 all day. And you would notice he's probably just at this point just having a drink in the house and relaxing. Mm-hmm. And there's no sign that he's been home. Now, you still, before I get any questions like this, you still remember him. There's still showings that he was there earlier in the day, things like that. Like, he has a very bad habit of leaving the previous day's clothes on the chair right outside of his room, and that is definitely a thing that happened. Like, it is obvious that he's been there. He's just not there now.
I'm going to be so sad if he's fucking, like, at a police station because his daughter's been missing for 10 days. So Elle is going to whip out, like, a piece of paper and just write, "Dad, I'm okay, hole in the bleed, get somewhere safe, Elle," and smack it on the fridge.
The sticky paper sticks to the fridge. It is amazing.
Best invention ever.
I'm going to take a quick look around to make sure there's been no signs of scuffle that have been otherwise dealt with.
Perceptioning.
Perceptioning.
This might be a good place for Katrine's investigation.
Investigation?
All right.
Possibly.
Yeah, you can investigate the area.
Cool.
I will assist. Either one of you, both of you.
I will give Katrine guidance, so you can add a D4 to that.
I will let you protect. I will let you help one of them, Carrie.
Okay. Well, since Z is helping Katrine, Elle will help Jack.
Okay. So Jack, you have advantage.
Hey.
You have a D4 to add to that roll, Monica.
And you said to go with perception, CJ?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the problem. I've updated a character sheet.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Please hold.
It would be probably, I don't know your exacts, but trained at that level would probably be
3+ modifier.
Yeah, so like 8. So yeah, it would be plus 1d20 plus 8. Yeah. There you go. What'd you get, Josh?
20 with the advantage.
All right.
What is this level? Okay, so the.
Just roll me a d20, Monica, and then add a d4 to it. We'll go from there. I know you have crazy modifiers for things. It's all right.
That's a base 16 with a base 4 for a base 20.
So hey.
So big 20, probably like a 30.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, you aight.
She Sherlock Holmes that shit.
As far as you can tell, other than the fact that it looks like it's more of a bachelor pad than the last time you guys were here. There's not a scuffle. It is definitely just kind of, there's some glasses left out that normally wouldn't be left out, presumably because Elle's the one cleaning up. And she's been gone for 10 days.
Also, he's probably distracted because she's been gone for 10 days.
Exactly. There's definitely no scuffle. It's just kind of very lived in. It has that dwarf smell that just is everywhere.
So, earth and metal.
Yes. And lots of alcohol and flatulence, because that's what goes with alcohol.
Man, he's really worried.
Yeah, he's drinking pretty heavily.
All the more reason to find him.
Right, to the lab. You guys might want to let me in front.
Yeah.
See, did you just clear your throat, or was that just you clearing your throat and not voice acting?
That was just me clearing my throat.
Okay, just checking.
Also looking at things for not
reasons.
Bad reasons.
Oh, this shouldn't be shouldn't take too long, since their labs are probably near each other.
Yeah, you get to... Which are you going to first?
Probably his. Or whichever is closest, really, but would make
Yours,
the most
because
sense.
he is more tenured than you. Yours would be closer to the entrance. Because
Okay.
they keep they keep the people who have proven the fact that they won't explode the building / the universe closer to the middle, closer to the center of the league.
Okay, so she's just going to pop into hers really quick, find her most senior assistant, and tell them that all equipment is to be turned off using appropriate channels, and they are to continue with theoretical research only until further notice.
Is everything all right?
Gatewatch stuff. If it's not all right now, it's gonna be.
Okay, yes, ma'am. We will. We'll handle it.
Thank you.
Anytime. Anything else I can get for you?
No, but guys, look, this is my lab. This is
her
the
lab.
Gatewatch.
Hi, Gatewatch.
Not bad.
Have you seen the
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah. Have you seen my dad?
No. He hasn't been around in a couple of days. He came by every day for a few days, and then Mr. Thundersteel just kind of stopped coming around. And it's been 3-4 days since I've seen him.
All right. I wonder if he went looking for me and we just passed by him. Okay. Thank you. If you see him, tell him I'm okay.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Yep.
And off to Dad's lab.
So, outside of Dad's lab, you have a little bit of a commotion as, well, to put it nicely, this as one of his interns, goes flying out the door, literally, slams up against the wall, slams against the wall on the other side of the hallway and slumps to the floor.
Looks like it's another normal day.
Heading through that door.
Hey,
Jack knows a fight when he sees one.
Hey, Jack. 3 of the turrets that L has now point at your direction and begin warming up.
L
And
runs into the room.
fires. L, how does your gun work?
What are they using? Are they using force ballista or flamethrower?
Force ballista.
That is a ranged attack using the caster's spell casting modifier.
All right. Of his level, okay. That's going to be the same. So that is a 21 to hit for all 3 of them. Jack. Hits?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So 3.
2d8 force damage and move you 5 feet.
So we're not going to make you take the damage, but he gets blasted back 15 feet, slumps against the wall next to that other guy.
Look over at him. That really fucking hurts.
Yeah, it does. Professor's
Pat, pat.
pissed.
L runs in the room.
The guns point at you, and then immediately point up to the ceiling.
Dad, are you in here?
So, DBZA fans, mine. And dwarves are very heavy. Very, very heavy. And L's not a big person. And a very heavy dwarf Mack trucks into her. You are fairly sure he has broken a couple of your ribs, as he is now crushing you in a bear hug.
Ow. That I can't breathe.
And he is in hysterics as he is, I thought I lost you. Oh my God, where have you been? Don't leave me like this for that long without telling me. And he's like freaking out like a dad would.
You're hurting her.
Yeah,
Dad,
sir.
And immediately,
Air!
he immediately, I'm so sorry.
L,
Are you all right?
still alive. Then she gives him a big hug.
He
Not as forceful.
he pretty much almost baby feeds you a potion of healing. No, you're fine. Okay, yes, all right, you're fine. Hopefully this pop, boom, into your mouth.
She
Okay.
kind of chokes a little bit and
She didn't explode or turn into something else. Excellent. It was a potion of healing. Perfect. That's where I put it.
sorry, Dad. Time magic got stuck.
Blinks.
So the bleed's coming apart. We need to turn off all our experiments.
How far apart?
Like I have a little brother who's like 40 years old now from an alternate timeline who landed here and got brainwashed into trying to capture us.
If, for example, I had made a breakthrough lately, would that be bad for you guys?
Probably.
Shit.
That explains a lot.
He goes, wait, hold on. And he runs back into the back of his lab and comes back out breathing heavily in a almost an Iron Man Mizium apparatus. Holding
That's so cool.
two red vials in both of his hands.
Is that like some kind of liquid time thing?
Hopefully this is the right one. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. This is it's bleed extract. I bled the bleed.
Wait. You bled the... Okay, yes.
It's what we're
It would
calling
probably
it.
kind of sound cooler if you said you lanced to the bleed.
I wasn't necessarily looking for stuff that was cool, but yeah, I made unlimited energy.
That's not going to end well.
I mean, it's
I've spent a
Pretty
lot of
awesome.
time in the lab lately.
We can tell.
So he doesn't normally have much of a beard. He usually keeps it trimmed mainly because of singes. But he definitely has not shaved in a good week. And dwarf genetics.
10 days to be exact.
He shaved the first couple of days and then stopped. And dwarf genetics comes in, and they're born with beards. So he has a super bushy beard now.
So we need to isolate those and turn off the machines.
It might be impossible to turn them off. And I'm definitely not letting you guys break my machines.
That was my first suggestion.
Breaking the machine would probably break the whole plane.
Maybe.
Well,
I haven't got that far yet. Working on it. I've isolated myself in this. I improved upon the apparatus using the bleed energy.
Dad, the alternate timeline where my brother is from,
That's still weird, but okay.
it's super weird. You're not there in that one.
Oh boy.
Like, that's a world where you never came over.
Oh boy.
Which means with everything going all crazy, you might be in danger. Especially from all that. And she points to the vials.
Oh, I was gonna try and go back in time to stop you from leaving.
Dad,
Ralzeric couldn't reach you.
we were in time traps. I guess we just didn't exist for a little while.
He tried, and he couldn't sense you anywhere on this plane. And I may have come a little unhinged.
She gives
only
him
a little, though.
She gives him a big hug.
It is very cold and clanky.
She gives him a big hug anyway.
Because turn off the metal part. It is actually, when you get to it, is very warm. Like the metal itself is very, very warm. So either I'm thinking, because I mean we're still trying to figure things out here, but it might be better for me to remain here surrounded by bleed particles. Because I can do this, and he squeezes one of the containers, and whoop, and then whoop, back behind Jack, holding one of his chitons, holding like one of his pieces of armor plating. You'll give this to me in a couple of minutes. Back in front of Belle.
That doesn't seem good.
Look, my head still hurts, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, if you can't turn your machines off, can you at least have Ralzeric have everyone else turn theirs off?
I mean, probably. Hold on.
She jumps when he does that.
And it makes that noise, by the way. It's rather, like, it's higher pitched than what I'm able to give it, but it's, like, very high pitch, like like it's a weird cross between a pop and like metal on metal. He'll take care of it, or he will have taken care of it, or he'll take care of it.
In other words, some kind of timey-wimey sort of thing.
Yeah. But, kind of, but not really. It's interesting. The bleed itself, if you can remain in the same timeline so long as you go forward and return back to the same point.
Right.
I could teleport forward. Well, I have not really pushed these things to the limit, and I don't intend to now that my baby girl's back. But as long as you return back to the same point, you can go forward. I was gonna press them to go backwards.
Just out of curiosity, how much more dangerous is that?
Probably significantly.
All right.
I'd say exponentially.
Bare minimum.
And that's coming from me.
Like, even just doing that little bit is probably creating microfractures in the timeline to begin with.
I'm glad someone understands this better than anyone else.
No more than actually bringing me here, I would imagine. My entire existence here is a
anomaly,
a bad thing, probably.
Listen, Dad, just be careful, okay?
Well, now that you're back, I don't have to press the laws of. I don't have to invent new laws of time and space. So that's good.
That is good. Just remember, as much as you don't want to lose me, I don't want to lose you either.
I'm here. I've been here. I've been eating. I've been drinking a lot. But
I noticed.
And eating.
I saw the house.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I tried to hold it together, and then he couldn't reach you, and well, then I lost my mind, and I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry too. I thought I was stuck in an hallucination, and then when we found out the truth, it had already been 10 days.
Yeah, it's yeah. We back where I'm from, we had some time magic, but it was bizarre. Kind of may have spliced Kaladeshian knowledge with Ravnican, and now we may have more issues than that.
Oh, if we can't turn this stuff off, can we at least contain it somehow? Put up some shielding or something?
It's all pretty much self-contained. As long as none of the machines break, then the energy will remain where it is in its continual loop, and it's properly shielded or else it wouldn't work. We've tried. You remember how there used to be a fifth tower? And how when you came in there were only 4?
Oh.
Yeah, the hole in the ground we've finally gotten put back to Earth.
Well, just
may have turned into an actual literal mad scientist for a couple of days.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Try not to use this while we're doing stuff, okay?
He squeezes it a little bit because it's so fun, and I have to learn more. But I won't.
Dad?
Fine.
I said for now, we can study it more when stuff isn't falling apart, okay?
Gives shifty eyes and boop! And walks out in his normal outfit. Put it back.
She gives him a big hug.
I just wanted to do it one more time.
Listen, Dad, just in case you guys can't reach me again while we're doing Gatewatch stuff, just know I'm gonna try my hardest to come back, okay?
Okay.
As he walks up. Don't
Okay.
worry, sir. I will make sure she comes home.
Yeah. I would say that with you around, I knew I could trust that she'd be fine, but Raw couldn't reach you either. Or anybody here.
Well,
Raw was very concerned also that he couldn't reach Trevor.
we were all together.
Oh, you may want to go talk to him next.
Yeah, probably be a good thing. But look, I'm okay.
You're okay. Sorry about that.
Which is true. She took no damage that fight. So she looks absolutely fine.
Except for a couple broken ribs now.
Yeah. He healed those.
Whereas Katrina's probably like, she took quite a bit of damage, so she went down once. So
Yeah.
Yes, Katrine and Z both have like blood stains on their clothes,
And
and
then Jack-
Jack probably has like bruised knuckles and like pieces of people.
And now several force bullet holes in his chest. Sorry.
Rub some dirt in it, it'll be fine.
Sorry about the turrets, by the way. I didn't want any disturbances.
No, it's cool. I always kind of wonder what it'd be like to shop by one of those things. It's like a bitch.
That's what I was going for.
You
Well
know they
done.
didn't recognize one of your own, right? He's kind of out there.
He's a dick.
That's true.
It's that guy. That poor guy.
Probably not as bad as that Rakdos guy.
No, that was Rick Dose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the one who thought just because I couldn't see over the counters, I wasn't smart enough to operate the machinery.
Mm.
All right, and I think that is where we will wrap up for the evening, you guys.
Mental image of a childhood photo of Elle, like as a small child wearing a lab coat that trails on the ground, but
Yes.
she's actually doing research.
Goggles that are half cocked on her face because they can't tighten the strap enough.
That's a happy image to end on. Much better than our last image that we ended on.
Yeah, Z's brainless corpse.
See, not all of the episodes here end with people dying horribly. Just, some of them.
Just Rick Dose.
Yeah, just poor Rick Dose. He's alive. He just got the shit beat out of him. All right, guys. If you want to communicate with us, you can do that by going over to geek-io.net/Discord, where you can chat with us most times day or night. And if you want to help support this stream and everything that we do on this show and everything that we do on the Geek.io network, head over to patreon.com/geek.io. If you link the two of those, you get access to really cool channels where you can discuss things that you get before anybody else does, like this show, 12 hours earlier than anybody else gets it. Show at geek-io.net is our email. And for all of us here, we love you. Be prideful in everything that you have, everything that you want to be. Live your best life. Be your best you. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You have been listening to a Geek.io Media Network, LLC production. Would you like to convert that to pounds? Copyright 2019.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.